Going live in a few minutes. To Raw for TV. Riverfront Uprising. How the Montgomery Brawl created black superheroes. So we're going to talk about that. We got Johnny Queso on the line as well. So it's going to be a really, really good show. If you're from my Instagram, go ahead and make a comment. I believe you can make a comment. I'm not really familiar with YouTube Live, so we're going to go in on this. Check out bsbapp.com. Get your Black Supremacy Definition Tee today. Support revolutionary Black media to get you the content that you want to see. Support via Cash App, $ Palmetto Star. So.
One minute until showtime. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3.
If you hear my voice, then you're part of the revolution. Welcome to the new world. I'm your host, the Ratchet Revolutionary, Palmetto Star, but you can call me Prophet. Hit me up on Twitter, now known as X. So I guess formerly known as Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, Palmetto_Star. And I'm on the largest black social media platform as well. Just made a reappearance there today. I'm going in. But join me in the conversation at melanatedpeople.net. Get the app. Get on the black level. Tonight, it's been a crazy week, y'all. We already know what's happening. And a lot of black people are celebrating. Why? Because we have had a unequivocal, undisputed victory brawl in the Alabama. There was a country song recently that made a lot of headlines called "Don't Try This in a Small Town." Montgomery, Alabama is about as small town as you can get. And they tried it. And it didn't go well. It didn't go well at all for them. So we're talking about the Riverfront Uprising, of course, aka the Montgomery Brawl. Black Aquaman, the Avengers, Chairman, a group of superheroes that converged to fight vile races on a dock after being summoned by a flying black hat. No, this is not a Marvel comic book inspired film. This happened in real life. At Riverfront Park, a hateful group of pink terrorists attacked the black security guard for merely telling them to move their boat. After a short tussle with the Neanderthals, the guard threw up his hat, signaling he needed help. Black people witnessed the fight. They came out, and the rest is black history. There was a lot that happened that mainstream mayonnaise media is purposely leaving out of the narrative. Well, tonight on Two Raw for TV, we'll talk about the Montgomery Brawl, the Riverfront Uprising. We're going to talk about the implications and what this really means on a physical and metaphysical level. And we're going to be playing some new music. So that's what's happening today. You guys call in 516-453-9174. I'm live on Instagram. Of course, Twitter loves me, but Instagram hates me. I'm live on YouTube because Instagram kicked me off live. So I'm off the live on Instagram, but I am on YouTube. So if you are, go ahead, share this live out if you can. I don't know how YouTube works. So if you can share this live out, go ahead, share this live out, we're going to go in on that. We're going to go actually blow for blow for blow with what happened. What happened in Montgomery, Alabama at Riverfront Park. So we're going to go blow for blow for blow for blow about what happened from the beginning, where a black security guard was just doing his job and he got jumped by some drunk, racist, redneck pell-mells, and then some Karens jumped in. And it's just an amazing story. You actually couldn't write a better story than this. But another person that had went blow for blow for blow for blow with the Montgomery Brawl, aka the Riverfront Uprising, another person that had went blow for blow for blow for blow is G-Mac, out of Detroit. You guys hit him up on Instagram. Matter of fact, let me pull up his Instagram right now, because he's the first one that really jumped on this and made a song about it, and it's going viral. It's going viral on my page on Instagram. You guys check it out, Win the Revolution. But we're actually going to play it. We're going to play it right now. Peace, Black Supremacy. Share this live out. I don't know how YouTube works with the sharing of the live, but I'm on here. So let's go. But you guys can check him out. Let's see, what is his Instagram handle? His Instagram handle is GMAC Cash. GMACCASH. So it's GMAC and then Cash. GMACCASH. And he's really one of the first people I've seen that just jumped on it and he went blow for blow for blow for blow. So we're going to talk about actually what happened and what's being left out of the whole equation of the mainstream mayonnaise media. Of course, they are grudgingly sharing this just because it's been such a viral videos, plural, on social media. They have to cover it. They don't like covering pell-mell L's. Pell-mell L's, they don't like covering that. They don't like to report on that. So we're going to talk about that. But let me play this track because this is really, it goes blow for blow. Blow for blow. I will admit that he went blow for blow with it. Like, he really made a theme song for the whole thing. So shout out to GMAC Cash. Definitely would love to have him on here. Yo, if you're watching this, love to have you on here and talk about this track as well. So let me play that track, and then we'll go in tonight, y'all. Tell your family members, tell your friends, tell anybody with the ear listening that the revolution will not be televised. It's only here on Too Raw for TV. So we're going to play this track. I'm going to play this. Then we're going to get into it, y'all. Blow for blow. The Montgomery Brawl has created Black superheroes. And we're going to talk about it here on Too Raw for TV. So, we're going to play it on the... So yeah, I'm about to plug in Johnny Queso.
Please leave your message for.
All right. So y'all heard that track. Y'all heard that track. That's a fire track by G Mac. Really goes blow for blow with everything that was happening. Me, the funniest line on that track, he goes, where he go, he says, the thugs, take off your shirt. I got Sebastian. Yeah, it was funny. Matter of fact, yeah, that whole line was so crazy. He went blow for blow and really made it like humorous. But what really happened at what really happened at the Montgomery Brawl? Matter of fact, we got Johnny Case on the line. I'm about to plug him in. So we get him on the line.
Guys.
Johnny Case, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. I hear you. What's good, guys?
Oh man, everything is good. I am supreme. We're talking about this Montgomery Brawl, aka the Riverfront Uprising. So we're talking about that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys definitely gotta check out Johnny Queso, man. He definitely does his thing. Artist, that is, man. He's making big waves out here already. So we're talking about that. But what was your thoughts when you saw that whole thing?
I'm gonna say, man, look, just to have my part on it. Honestly, I was really proud to see us as Black people sticking together. I hate to see the case that it bore down to, but beyond that, man, I'm really glad to see us finally unified, because all of us know that we have a real problem unifying as Black people. So being able to see that was really beautiful, but at the same time, the circumstance was really sad too, because us as Black people will make we'll find the sense of humor in anything.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been doing with it. We've been finding the sense of humor in this whole case and making sure that we still laugh and still unite as people, man. So I'm really proud about it, man. To be honest, I'm really proud about it. But it's about progress, because us as Black people, we have this thing where we'll progress, but then we'll digress.
I'm gonna talk about that, because I'm just hold on to that thought, because I'm gonna talk about that, man. I got your tracks on as well, 1999 and all that. You guys check out Johnny Case. So matter of fact, give them the Instagram, because the people on the Instagram. Matter of fact, big time shout out to Goddess Reed.
Everybody listening right now, man. Everybody follow me on Instagram at @JohnnyQueso, AYYJOHNNYQUESO.
All right.
Like cheese, Johnny Queso, man. Y'all check me out. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, and everything.
Well, we're gonna get into that, Johnny. But you guys call in 516-453-9174. You know, it's highly censored. You know, I had to plug Johnny in because they wouldn't let him call in, because that's how censored they got this broadcast. But it's all good, because we're still reaching the people. Big time shout out to Goddess Reed Bay on YouTube. She says grab your folding chairs. So that's what's up.
I love it.
So yes, we're talking about that. We're going blow for blow with this. And here's my thing with this, because it's like, it was unifying. And also it was something that, this is Black August, and a lot of people don't realize that Black August, or August, is one of the most revolutionary months for Black people. You know, a lot of revolutionary things happen. What's that?
I never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's a whole tradition for the whole month. It's like a revolutionary Black History Month. You have the Haitian Revolution popped off in August. You had the San Quentin Uprising, which was really why Black August was created. You had the Underground Railroad with Harriet Tubman and all that.
You do got a point.
You have all these things that popped off in August. So they actually started celebrating it after a prison riot that killed a Black Panther member. So actually the tradition starts in prisons. all across the country. But then it moved out, and people all around the world acknowledge Black August. You know what I'm saying? And they have different things that they do during the month and all that stuff like that. Marcus Garvey was also born in August. Yeah, so a lot of things were popping off in August. So for this to happen in August, it's almost like, yeah, yeah. So for this to pop off on August like it was, like it happened, so it was just fitting with the whole Black August thing. And it was crushing a whole lot of stereotypes. About us being disunified, about us not standing up for one another, and about us swimming. How can y'all let that stereotype just keep going on until today, until the brawl happened? When you saw old boys swimming, all of a sudden, Black people could swim. No, we've been swimming.
I'm gonna say this: I wasn't expecting that at all. I don't know if anybody's seen the most recent one, even more recent than that one, about Snoop Dogg posted with the yellow chair.
Oh, bruh.
A situation happened recently, like literally in the past couple of days, that another altercation happened with another chair. It was I'm not sure if any of the listeners.
Yeah, I seen that with the yellow chair.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So we obviously on a roll. We obviously got some pent up attention.
Well, it's not only it's that, but guess what? We're being attacked at a more higher rate now. You got to know that the sun is getting hotter than ever before. The people that are doing the fighting, their birth rates, our death rates are higher than their birth rates. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that, man. I mean, honestly, with social media, it's been able to expose a lot more of what's really happening.
Yeah.
Everybody with their camera phones, everybody with their phones, the opportunities to catch someone wronging us has definitely rose to a different height, man. Mm-hmm. That's the whole thing right now. So being able to see that, being able to stick by that, and really just be able to witness all the situation, man. It's a beautiful situation, but it's kind of scary too at the same time.
Well, that's the whole thing. You know what? I wouldn't trade being Black at all, but it is a dangerous thing. It's not even an argument. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's wild to be just in the skin tone. So that's what it is. But I wouldn't trade for the world. We got Johnny Queso here. We're talking about Riverfront Uprising, how the Montgomery Brawl created superheroes. And I'm gonna just say it like this: the brother that swam, he was 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? And he's really the one that initiated the whole thing, because it was him swimming that inspired everybody else to get into action. Because everybody else was just basically using their camera phones. They were just looking and observing. And then when they saw this young man, we'll just say Aaron, because I'm not trying to dox him or anything like that, because we are targeted. He was swimming, and it inspired everybody from the crew to people that were just on the boat to get involved and make it happen. So we see the youth are inspiring other people. Now, it was mostly older people that were doing the action, doing the fighting. Yeah, it was older people now. It was people in their 30s, 40s. You can see people in their 50s, you know what I'm saying, that were actually going out and going in. But it was the youth that inspired that. So you see the young actually leading the elders at that point. You feel me? So, is that indicative, or is that something that's going to be a continuing trend? So we're going to talk about, you guys call in 516-453-9174. We're going in with Johnny Queso. And we're going to go in on that. I want to talk about that. I want to play this clip as well. But Johnny Queso, you got a track, 1999. I want you to talk about it. Talk about what inspired that track. Hello? Hello?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you
I
good?
had you guys on mute. Sorry. What I was saying was just like you guys will see when you listen to the song 1999 or 1999. It's really about me reflecting on myself and really being proud of myself, patting myself on the back of all my triumphant moves. A lot of people don't know. I just moved here recently to Atlanta from Nashville to pursue my career, and I sacrificed a lot, man, to be here. So that song is a great reflection of me being proud of myself, really talking about me, really letting my guard down as an artist.
Okay.
So yeah, man, I feel like that's one of my best songs because it has my guard down. All
right. So we get to see a vulnerable Johnny Queso right here.
You do. The next one, I apologize to spoil it, but my next song, Patty Cake, that one's the classic song you want to hear. You want to see girls clapping cheeks and doing all that and being hype and being city girls. Patty Cake is the song for you.
All right. Well, we're gonna go into that a little bit later. This is 199. Yeah, that's what it is, right? 1999.
Yeah, either 1999 or 1999, either one.
All right. So that's what's up. We're about to play that track. Let me do this because I want to play it for the YouTube as well because we got it on the blog talk. Let me play it for the YouTube too.
Man, I hope everybody enjoys it, man. I put a lot into that song to really let my guard down, to really show everybody who I am as a person and as an artist. So I hope everybody really reflects on it.
All right. Well, we're about to play it. Let me do this. All right. This is Johnny Queso with 1999. Hold on. Let me see. I got it on. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. You guys, it's a live show. You already know how it goes live, but we're doing it. Let me get.
Hey, yo, Meadow.
Yes.
If ain't nobody told you recently, King, I want to tell you I'm proud of you.
Man, thank you. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that.
No problem at all, man. It was a pleasure meeting you in the first place, man. So if anybody ever gets connected to Meadow and Too Raw for TV, this is a solid man. It's a great energy. So that's the only way we was able to vibe and collaborate by the way that we are. Because I only collaborate with good energies. I don't collaborate with ill energies at all. So this is the guy right here, man. I appreciate you, Meadow.
Oh man, no doubt, family. I appreciate you as well, man. Because I love the music, and I know you just coming out here to the A. So you know what I'm saying. Want to see you shine and succeed, bro. Because you're doing your thing. Hold on for 1 second. It's a live show.
I'm patient. Hopefully the listeners are patient. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's about the listeners.
Yeah, we getting it popping. I just had to re-download it on here.
Man, y'all check me out on every social media, every music platform. Johnny Queso, JOHNNYQUESO, just like the cheese. I'm all about my cheese, baby. So holla.
All right, that's what it is, man. Hold up. That's what it is. Hold on, let's get it, y'all. All right, this is 1999, 1999 with Johnny Queso. We're going in on that tonight. And the revolution will not be televised. It's Too Raw for TV. this real quick. All right, yo, we're going in tonight. We got Johnny Queso. That was 1999. Y'all just heard it here exclusively on 2 Raw for TV. That's a dope track, family. I like that.
Thank you, man. Like I said, I let my guard down on that one. So I hope everybody really felt that and really listened to that, because it's one of those. You know what I mean? It's one of those resonating songs. It's not one of those just like, okay, I know that song. It's not one of those. It's one of those, I love that song. If you hear that song more than 3 times, you're gonna love that song. I can guarantee it. So,
I like that. That's a dope song, and it has a powerful message in it. You know what I'm saying?
It's inspiring, man. Just like I was telling my coworker, I just clocked out of work, guys. I'm a server over here in East Atlanta, man, and over here talking to my coworker, and she heard this song previously, probably like a week or two ago, like 2 weeks ago, and she loved it too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we are on a radio interview. Quit it. But yeah, man, and it's been good vibes, and she definitely said she loved that song too, man. So I just everybody get used to me. Johnny Queso's gonna be a household man.
All right, bet. Hey, you heard it here first on 2 Raw for TV. Man, I definitely love the energy the brother has. I want to play this clip talking about the Montgomery Riverfront Brawl, because actually there was 3 people that were on the land, 3 of these pink terrorists that started this whole thing, that jumped this black man. And, you know, they were just crowding them and surrounding them. So there have been arrests afterwards, and 3 people breaking news, 3 of the people that the police chief.
Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
So I noticed that you said terrorists.
Yes.
So would you say all white people are terrorists? I mean, I'm just asking this intriguing conversation.
Oh, this is what I say about that. I say the whole, okay, I say pink terrorism, because I don't say like white terrorism. The whole thing about pink terrorism, because it's like this. Because it's like this with the white thing, as far as like the racial identification, it is basically sort of like a gang thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they started calling themselves white after, it was after during chattel slavery. It's sort of like a way that they solidified. It's because it's like a criminal organization. Not everybody in the criminal organization has to do crimes for everybody to benefit. So it's sort of like that racial identification.
White privilege.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They created these terms. White privilege, that's a term that they created, talking about, the privilege for being white, because you got to understand, everybody that's called themselves white right now were not considered white. The Irish, when they first came to this country, were not considered white. The Italians, you know what I'm saying? And they bought themselves into this so-called white thing through black blood. Through the Italians did it with the unions. They actually were committing violence to the black laborers. That's why, a lot of us were Masonic and all that stuff like that, and building were the ones that were building the things. Like the White House was built by black people. Most of the infrastructure was built by black people early in America. You know what I'm saying? But the Italians bought themselves into whiteness by doing that, and so did the Irish, because the Irish were the first police. They were the slave catchers. In fact, the state of Georgia was actually given to the Irish because it was a buffer state between South Carolina and Florida, where black people were going to the war with them before the Civil War, the Seminole Wars. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that happen with this. I say pink terrorism because that is what more aptly fits it than the term white supremacy, because that's sort of like a misnomer. You know what I'm saying? As you see in the Brawl, you know what I'm saying? So I call it the term, that more apt term is pink terrorism. So what they did was an act of terrorism. So that's what, They went and they thought that black people were going to just do the cowardice thing because, let's be honest, a lot of times we just do. And we'll just observe and be like, oh, why are you hitting him? Why are you just, oh my God, why are you know what I'm saying? So why, so yeah, so a lot of times that happens. So I guess they thought that this would happen at this time. Who knows if this is the first black man that they jumped? This probably not because they all fell in line. They all fell in line like they been like this is something that they do on a regular. You know what I'm saying?
I can definitely see that, but also I'm going to say this: like, first of all, I want to praise all black people for the unity in that situation. That's the number one thing that I want to emphasize on. The unity in the situation is very rare for us to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And completion, you see what I'm saying? And over the top, because the situation was just like ridiculous. It didn't have to. First of all, it didn't have to evolve like that.
No, it didn't have to go down like he could have just moved his. He could have just moved his boat. He could have just moved his boat.
If it was reversed, if it was yin yang, you know what I mean, like for real, it would have been completely different. But at the same time, for us as black people, like I said, I want to praise us. I want to uplift us on that. And then also for me to move to Atlanta, I've never seen so many beautiful black people consistently.
And there you go, y'all.
There's a full, like, I'm from Nashville, so there's a full culture of black people of all denominations. You see what I'm saying? So that's a beautiful thing. And to be able to see it just to stay it over is even more beautiful. You know what I mean? So, but also another thing I just want to touch on as I'm listening to you is us as black people, man, and it's not our fault, but it's our responsibility. We have a sense of certain stereotypes. You see what I'm saying? Like, and we can't help it because it's what we're taught, it's what we're shown. Like being Baptist in this country, we don't know that that's something pink privilege down. If you get what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not bapping anybody that is Baptist. You see what I'm saying? Because I was raised Baptist as well, and I'm going spiritual and I'm going Muslim. So I completely understand the whole premise around it. But we have to have more power behind us. We have to stop falling in. Our black queens have to stop falling into these traps. Us black men have to stop setting up these traps and falling for these traps.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about the Montgomery situation per se, but I'm definitely talking about being able to change our day to day. You see what I'm saying? And we can't help that. Like I said, everything was pink privilege down. Everything was embedded. Everything was, I guess you could say, let's go right down. Passed down. I mean, it's passed down, but it's all inherited. Everything was inherited. Everything that we have in this country as black people is inherited. Whether it's an opportunity, whether it's a house, whether it's a car, whether it's straight up gems, mental gems.
Yeah.
We just have these situations where we don't know. We don't know, man. Me personally, I'm trying to get out the country. I want me and my children out the country. And I have biracial children, not just white, not Hispanic. Like,
yeah, okay, I feel you.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I've touched different bases. All four of my children are different nationalities. So for me to be able to have that perspective, and also, like I said, I see nothing but beautiful black people. And me, and like we were saying, we sit back and we observe, but we also sit back and observe each other. We're observers. You see what I'm saying? We ain't got no choice but to sit back and observe because we already feel like outcasts. Compared to the other country. You see what I'm saying? Other parts of the country, other parts of the world. But for us to actually sit back and observe each other, or for me to sit back and observe us, that's one thing that I'll definitely calculate is that we need to definitely just check ourselves, man. Just like Nipsey said, like I completely agree with it, man. We gotta reanalyze the way that we adjust to situations. Like I said, I'm not touching the Montgomery case. I'm not, but I'm just talking in general on our day to day. That's
true, and how we interact with each other. You know.
Yes,
That's the thing, and that's the thing I think that's different. See, we're going to get to the song. Hold on, we're going to get to that clip, but I was going to add on to what you're saying because the way we interact with each other, we need to show each other love. We need to be more loving to each other, and this is what I think the Montgomery Brawl is a catalyst for us to do that.
I'm sorry. I'm like 6 minutes from my house. My phone is about to die.
Okay.
I'm on 1%, so I'm still on. But I just want to tell you that I'm 6 minutes from the house and my phone is at 1%.
Okay.
Sorry, listener. I'll be right back.
Okay, you want well you could call my phone. Call my phone, then I'll tap you in. All right, yeah, we'll do it like that. Or I could call you in about 6 minutes because I'm about to play this clip and we're gonna talk about.
Keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. I'm just listening.
I'm
just letting you and the listeners know.
All right, so okay, if you go, okay, I got you. Well, yes, that's all I wanted to say. We gotta show more love to each other, and I feel that the Montgomery Brawl, the Riverfront Uprising, is a catalyst to many people. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there were certain phraseologies that woke certain people up. Some people woke up with the phrase Black Lives Matters, and that instantly woke some people up. Some people woke up. I woke up with the phrase Black supremacy. That made me think on a deeper level. And this incident will show and wake up so many people, and already has. I've talked to many people that this particular event has woken them up from the slumber that they were in. They were like, "Oh, we are love. We do need to unify. We do need to show each other more love. It is us against everybody, literally." So this event really put that in perspective for a lot of people. So the Montgomery Brawl, the Riverfront Uprising, was a catalyst, amongst many other things, for further Black love. And like I said, 3 people just got arrested for being part of that brawl and actually initiating the brawl. So we're going to play that clip real quick, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the Montgomery Brawl, how the Riverfront Uprising created Black superheroes. So a lot of things happen. First of all, August 5th is going to be a Black holiday. It's going to be a Black holiday. along with every other thing on Black August. So we're gonna have August 5th as a national Black holiday, the Riverfront Uprising Day. I'm definitely gonna make an event for it in Atlanta, August 5th. Already planning it. So yeah, that's gonna be a holiday put in the Black August roster. So definitely gonna do that. But okay, so we have the signaling. We now have a signal. Black people have a distress signal that is universal now. That is the throwing of the cap. When you see that cap being thrown, you already know it's on. When you see the cap being thrown, it's already on. So go ahead. You already know that's one thing that we got out of the Riverfront Uprising is the signaling of the cap. We know that's a distress symbol, that it's time to mount up, time to get ready and challenge ourselves to get and defend whoever just threw that cap, because they're in trouble. They're in trouble. So we got that out of there. Out of that, the folding chair has now been and made an icon. The voting chair has now been symbolic and, equating to black victory, So, and it is not by coincidence that a black man also created the folding chair. So a black man created the folding chair, and the folding chair was used in Black victory. So one of the things that this so-called white gang, they don't like taking L's like this. They don't, because they know that this represents their organization. So when they take an L like this to black people, expect a certain demographic to try to go and search for repercussions, because white is a gang. So when you disrespect them on this level, where they take a big time L from black people, black men, black children, the people they've been victimizing, elders, because a lot of these people go after soft targets, which include our children, our women, and the elders. So when they do that, so when you see our elders and our children actually turning the tables on these pink terrorists, then it's an issue. So, there's going to be a segment that do want, to be revenge from this. So that is definitely out there. So we're talking about this. We're talking about the Riverfront Uprising, the Montgomery Brawl, and how it created Black superheroes. So we had 4 Black more than 4, because you had Black Aquaman, who swam through from his ferry, which was aptly named. Get this, y'all. The ferry was named Harriet. Harriet, as in Harriet Tubman. The actual ferry that the young child swam from, Aaron, that he swam, Black Aquaman swam to the shore from, or swam to the dock from, was called Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman. So you have that. So Black Aquaman. Then you had the chairman, of course, Freddie, who they announced on there. And I truly believe that the Black police chief of Montgomery was telling people that they need to talk to him, to let people know that he has been released from jail, because he was initially arrested along with the other people. So you have the chairman which is Freddy. So then you have the Avengers, which are unknown named, but you have 4 people that had confronted the pell-mell terrorist at their boat, and they confronted them because they tried to exit out, like they just didn't jump this guy. So they confronted them, and there was a brawl that happened where there were people getting tossed off the dock. I'm telling you couldn't write a better script than this. This was a whole movie. The Riverfront Uprising, the Montgomery Brawl that created black superheroes. This was a whole movie. Matter of fact, Marvel needs to, needs to see what's up with this, because that actually was, that was a comic book moment. That was more than a comic book. It was more powerful because it was actual reality. That was more powerful than any Avengers movie. But you had the Avengers that converged. So you had black superheroes that arise. You had Black Aquaman, the Chairman, and the Avengers. So that's 7 people. Hold up. Yep. 6 people. So 6 people. Because you had 4 Avengers, then you had Black Aquaman, and you had the Chairman. So you had 6 people that became superheroes on that day. Freddy, the Chairman. Oh, can you not hear me still? Can you not hear me still, or am I audible? The shirtless Avengers, yes. Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Because, see, it looks like you can hear me on there, but let me know if you guys can hear me. Oh, when you couldn't you couldn't hear the video. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. That was actually, but okay. So just to give you guys on YouTube a rundown, that was just saying how there was 3 people that were arrested for, they were arrested for the jumping. They were the ones that initiated the whole jumping of the security officer. So we're talking about that. Let me see if Johnny Casel made it back home. So I will get him in on this. But yes, so that was all those people. Now let's talk about what happened prior to the Montgomery Brawl. What happened prior to the Montgomery Brawl? 2 hours prior to the Montgomery Brawl, you had a group of Ifa women that went and blessed the waters that the Harriet Tubman was on. They blessed those waters for the ancestors, because at Riverfront Park, right on that place, that's where a lot of slaves were actually docked. And they went out and they were sold right there. So right where you had that brawl, you actually had enslaved people, prisoners of war, black people being sold right there at the Riverfront Park, where everybody's having fun now. They used to sell and trade bodies, black children, black women, black men, on that dock, on that same dock. So they had blessed the water for, so it was a whole ancestral thing. And when you notice certain things, happening that are sort of like beyond logic, that's when you know it's a supernatural event. That's how I realized and know, when that whole thing happened with my police chase and my car sped out at 120 miles going right towards the median. Matter of fact, if you're on YouTube, that video is still up, so you can check that out. That's how I woke up. I woke up consciously in a police chase. So my car sped out at 120 miles per hour, and it just did this really smooth U-turn, 3-point turn towards the median, and I got out, and I didn't. My car wasn't affected. I didn't get injured. I got out. They hit me with a taser for like 50 feet from there, but I beat the case, put the video up on YouTube, and the rest is history. But I'm saying all that to say that when my car sped out 120 miles going towards that median, I realized, that when that happened, it was a supernatural event. So when you have this brawl that happens in a place like Montgomery, Alabama, there's no weapons being brought out. The pink terrorists threatened to bring weapons out. They had threatened to bring the weapons out, but none of them got pulled out. It was all black people, as far as like even the police that came were majority black people. So it was mostly black people. It was a whole supernatural event. You could tell supernatural things were happening. The boat Harriet Tubman. Come on, the ancestors are screaming. Riverfront uprising. The ancestors were screaming in the Riverfront uprising. Ancestors were screaming. So that was a major thing. That was a major thing. So big time shout out to everybody that was involved that really showed courage and chose to be a victor and not a victim, and not just a non-action oriented observer. So big time shout out to everybody that was really doing that. Hold on, let me do this. I'm gonna call Johnny Queso one more time, see if we can get him on here. So yeah, as a
Yo, it's John Queese.
Okay. So okay. So yes, that was a whole supernatural experience. So that was a major deal. But the thing that the mainstream mayonnaise media is not telling you, what they are not telling you is that these people were calling this dude nigger. They were beating him, calling him nigger. They didn't think other black people would get involved. They thought they would get away with it. And it seemed like something that they had done probably on a regular basis. They were calling this guy nigger, but now, as you hear, they have yet to put any hate crime additions to the misdemeanors that they got. Because even though, yes, they're calling them in, they all have been arrested, all of these charges are misdemeanor charges. Misdemeanor charges. So all of these charges are misdemeanors. So we had to push and really get that narrative out there, because the mainstream mayonnaise media is not telling you that these people were beating this dude and calling him nigger. They didn't think black people would get involved. It was a hate fest for them. It started off hatred. It started off because they did not want to observe any sort of black authority. And see, we're going to have more incidents like this once more black people start getting into power, start becoming authority figures. Not, security guard is a type of authority figure. However, we are the world leaders. We are the kings and queens. We are the royalty. So imagine the hatred when black people step into their true power, into their true godhood. It's happening right now, black supremacy. People are stepping into their true godhood, into their true power. realizing who they truly are. So the more you awaken, the more that you find out who you truly are, the more the universe will say, what are you talking about, nigger? The more you tell yourself who you are and make yourself realize that. So we may see more incidents like the Montgomery Brawl because pink people are not receptive to black authority at all. They're not going to be. And being from South Carolina, I've heard this out of pell mells mouths personally, that they, just not knowing that I'm listening, saying that they would never accept a black boss. Imagine, that's why they were so furious when Barack Obama was president. And now they don't take the presidency seriously at all. That's why, So black authority threatens pink power terrorism, so-called white supremacy. It threatens that. So the more we become into it, the more we realize who we are, more that we realize that we are, the more that we realize that who we are, the more powerful you become just innately. You don't need a badge or, any clearance or any sort of, anything to assume power in yourself. So once you become a more powerful being, once you realize who you are, once you realize you are the ruler, you are the Godhead, you are the master, once you realize who you are, then you're going to see more and more resistance to it. And it should be expected, but it shouldn't be something that you should be afraid of, because this is just the natural things that are going to happen. They do not like to have black authority. They are triggered by black authority figures. So the security guard triggered them because they're racist as hell. And I'm reading the comments on the YouTube, you guys. Highlight for me was when Karen got through in the river and Becky got it from the sisters and the chairman. Yes, absolutely. That was definitely a good point in those videos. Definitely good to see. I loved what happened at the Riverfront uprising, and it was an uprising because we rose to the occasion. Black people didn't sit there and tower down and be cowardice and say, "Oh my God, why are you hitting them?" I hate that, and I'm so glad that people put their phones down. Now there was still several people that had their phones up, and that's why we got so many videos of it. But there was a contingent of people. What I talk about all the time is a electric mass. It doesn't take everybody. It just takes a certain group of people to get it popping. It doesn't take everybody, because everybody was over there on their phones. They didn't want to get involved, but those people that did get involved made it happen. And that's why we had the incredible footage, the historic footage, the Black August revolutionary footage that we did get, because people chose to act and not just sit there and let that happen. So what the mainstream media was hiding from you guys was what they were hiding was the hate aspect of this. They only started covering it. Let's make this 100% clear. They only were covering it because it was so inundated online. There were so many online videos. That is the only reason why they started covering it. Only reason. Excuse me. There were so many videos online. that they felt they had to. I mean, people there's immense public pressure for you to do that. Yes, it was trending on Twitter too. So they're gonna have to cover it. They didn't want to cover it, and here's how I know that they didn't want to cover it because when we kicked the Klan off of the state house, out off the state house grounds, there was a lot of viral pictures that went with that. The videos, there wasn't. I mean, there was a lot of videos as well, but it wasn't as many videos as the Montgomery Brawl. So the mainstream media here in the United States, they didn't cover it as much as even the worldwide media, because the worldwide media really did cover it a lot. But the news here, the news, the Associated Press and all those people, they didn't cover it like that, because there wasn't as many videos that were on the internet. Now this had tons of videos, so they had a little bit less videos. They may not even have covered it. They may not have covered it, but it was trending on Twitter. They had a lot of videos out, and so they had to cover it. They don't like talking about pell mell L's. They don't. They don't like talking about that. That's not their favorite subject. Trust me, that's not even a subject they want to be on. They don't like to talk about their losses. So let me do this on because we talked about what they were hiding. The Pelmos hiding the hate aspect. They're trying to make it like that wasn't involved at all. So, but what we did get is we got Black unity. We got a historic event. That's what we got. It is a historic event that we are marking down on the calendars, that we are doing events for, that we are putting in line with Black August. And also this was a motivating thing that activated people to think on a higher level, to think on a higher level. And it was a motivating tool for a lot of Black people, and it showed Black unity. It showed all of the stereotypes were squashed during that brawl, during that Montgomery Brawl. So you see a lot of stereotypes squashed. You saw a lot of stereotypes squashed during that brawl, and I was compelled to think of a quote, and I want to get it 100% correct. Because this quote, I thought of this quote by Langston Hughes, and it really he sort of like predicted what would happen. This is a poem from Langston Hughes. Negroes, sweet and docile, meek, humble, and kind. Beware the day they change their minds. And I think that day has come. We have changed our minds about being sweet, docile, and meek. And that's what I think that's what has happened. That has happened. There's no doubt about it. What has happened with the Montgomery Brawl. So that's what has happened. Let me do this. You guys go ahead and follow Johnny Queso. I've seen if you call back in, but I'm gonna play his track. Matter of fact, you guys follow him. You guys follow him at Johnny Queso, and that's AYYG. I'm sorry, AYYJOHNNYQUESO. So Johnny Queso, that's AYYJOHNNYQUESO. You guys follow the brother up. He was saying some really profound things. Big time shout out and salute to the brother. He just got here to Atlanta, so he's out there making it happen. So I'm gonna play this track from him called Patty Cake. But yes, the Montgomery Brawl birthed black superheroes. We actually had 6 black superheroes that emerged from that. You know, not only that, we have an infinite amount of black superheroes just from observing it, just from the observing of that event that woke people up. That woke people up because one thing about this generation, they got to see that action like that. You know, like I said, I woke up with black supremacy. Other people woke up because they heard Black Lives Matters. Now they need to see that action to wake up. And this is the Riverfront Uprising, the Montgomery Brawl was that action. And I want to play that track from G Mac as well. After I play this track from Johnny Queso. So I'm going to get into it. I want to say this, y'all. Know that with great power comes great responsibility. So the more powerful that we become, the more responsible for each other that we become as well. So when you see that hat goes up in the air, be ready, be prepared, and go out there and defend. Do what you got to do. Don't be a passive observer. Don't be a passive observer when you see that hat go into the air next time, because the person that will be defending will be, could be your mother, could be your brother, could be your, cousin. So when you see that hat go up in the air, you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is when you see that hat go in the air, So I'm gonna play this track from Johnny Queso. And I just want to encourage everybody to spread the message, awaken others, and win the revolution within. All right, let me play this track. All right.